I'm Mark Adwell with the mortgage firm. I'm here with Paul Sturdgess from Realty.
Good afternoon, everybody.
We just wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about a unique kind of market, which is the assisted living facility market. Paul's got a tremendous background in the industry, and I'll let him share a little bit about himself.
Fantastic, thanks Mark. And yes, I want to share with Mark some real interesting information about the assisted living market and financing options. My background is that prior to becoming a realtor with Dennis Realty and Investment Corporation, I worked with assisted living facilities for 26 years, both as owner-operator of assisted living facilities, but also in the realm of consultancy and teaching what we refer to as the core training classes for assisted living administrators. So I taught the 26-hour program for the Agency for Healthcare Administration, who is the state regulator of assisted living facilities, and was able to support and coach those people who would be going on to manage assisted living facilities in the future. And alongside that, I would work with clients who were looking to open, who were looking to operate assisted livings in the state of Florida, whether they be big or small facilities, and really just work with them to get them in compliance with the expectations of the Florida statute and the Florida Administrative Code. And then after all of that, it led me into real estate.
Natural transition.
Natural transition, absolutely. But it's all about customer service, which is why we're here today, right?
Exactly.
It's all about that propensity for customer service and being able to share what we know to help all those folks get what they want.
Exactly. And so kind of like we talked about, my family coming from my mom and dad being in assisted living and seeing some of the struggles that happen with the business owner there, and what some people don't realize that happened. Once I learned of your background, I was like, goodness, if we could bring some value to business owner operators, that would probably be splendid.
Definitely.
So like you said, there's facilities that are really large, and then there's smaller facilities. I think you mentioned also there's some changes in Medicare and Medicaid that also are
absolutely
create some struggles for smaller.
Definitely for the smaller facilities. That there's been some Medicaid changes in terms of the expectations that are being placed on facilities that accept long-term care Medicaid residents, and the expectations about how much staff need to be paid, and that doesn't necessarily correspond with how much the provider is receiving from the state to be able to facilitate those additional costs. So that's put some additional pressures, particularly on the smaller facilities, because their budgets are a lot less, and you have to struggle a little bit more to make all of those pennies go a long way.
Right.
But that doesn't mean to say, though, that having a smaller set of assisted living facilities isn't still a really great way to go in terms of managing a real estate portfolio and potential for assisted living facility business.
Right, exactly. And that's why when looking towards someone like you with all the backgrounds you have and the real estate license now, you're able to identify opportunities for people that are looking to get into the business or expand into multiple locations.
Definitely, and then working with you, obviously from the financing perspective as well, that kind of gives us a good model to move forward with.
Right.
Certainly, I think when you and I spoke, we talked about the fact that smaller facilities, once upon a time, there would be this mom and pop mentality of having mom and pop facilities, so very small, bespoke facilities. We're now seeing kind of a movement away from having just one singular 6-bed or 10-bed assisted living facility and moving more towards having a greater portfolio of the smaller properties to really make the P&Ls, the business balance sheet, the ability to operate and provide high quality services. You need to have a greater portfolio, or extensionally have a larger facility where you're able to offer that. And we do see a lot of larger communities now being developed across the state of Florida. But like we said, that doesn't stop the smaller facilities by having a larger portfolio, maybe 3 or 4 smaller facilities, to really be able to make a mark with their vision and their goals for assisted living.
Gotcha. Yeah, so what's nice about the smaller facilities is from a financing perspective is that, most people feel like they have to go through SBA or there's not a lot of entities that actually will finance an ALF. We have the programs that do that. What's nice about the programs is that we use the facilities revenue per bed to determine the eligibility for getting the loan. So it's really income driven, not so much credit driven. It's also nice they can actually close in an LLC, so it doesn't necessarily have to be an individual. So when it comes to like looking for different properties, again, like you were saying, the smaller facilities can actually look to either purchase a new facility to have a second or third operation or location, or they can actually expand the location they're in with the loan product as well.
Absolutely. And it's really important, like as a realtor, but also as working with clients, is we do look at, particularly for the smaller facilities, we do look at single family residences, multi-family residences, and it's important for you as a little tip here is about looking at your local zoning as well to make sure that that property is in an area which can be zoned for an assisted living facility. So that's an important point to put across. But in terms of that financing opportunity, like Mark was saying, it gives us more of a scope in terms of the available properties to be able to bring them to the forefront as potential options for assisted living facilities. And certainly about the LLCs, that's a really valuable piece of information. I know I didn't know that until I met Mark about the ability of purchasing it as an LLC.
Right.
Great opportunity there.
So when it comes to, if you're coming to look for a property, whether you're a concurrent owner operator or if you're looking to get into the business, having a real estate agent is a must no matter what. But if you're looking to get into this industry, you literally have a seasoned 26-year veteran in the industry that knows the ins and outs, still in training, still licensed with the state, knows everything about it to identify the facilities that are going to be most effective to turn profit for you quicker. And that's with Paul. And when it comes to the financing aspect, that's why we kind of teamed up. We're here to help you get the financing in place, and because it's not a traditional loan like you might go through SBA, through mountains and mountains and mountains of documentation, come to us. It's a much more streamlined program, and we're here to help you, grow your business or start your business in the ALF industry. But nonetheless, just want to tell you a little bit of information about us. We're here to help you.
Absolutely.
Reach out to us, call us for any questions you may have.
Definitely. I mean, I'm there to help you and guide you, even if it's not necessarily an immediate real estate opportunity or real estate question. If it's an assisted living question that you need answered, because there are a lot of gray areas within the Florida statute and the Florida Administrative Code, and it can kind of get a bit scary. So, but you really want to make that leap into assisted living. You really want to benefit maybe from an existing single family residence you have. And Mark, that's a great question. Is refinancing an option as well as traditional loan options, in terms of if somebody wants to move forward with assisted living, they've got an existing property, can they refinance?
Absolutely. If it's a small facility, say they have 4 beds currently, they could always do a renovation type of refinance where they can actually expand the existing facility.
Brilliant.
If it needs new HVAC or needs any other kind of upgrades, they can do the refinance for that as well. So absolutely, refinance is an option.
Excellent, that's superb. And I think Mark and I are both in agreement that, this is the first of maybe a series of opportunities for us to talk together with you and really bring information to you. So if there are subjects or topics you would like us to look at, either from assisted living, from financing, or a merge of the both, then please let us know what those hot topics might be for you, because we would love to bring that information to you, because the finance world and the assisted living world is always transitioning. There's always something new happening and some new opportunity, and both Mark and myself are able to offer that. Mark with his awesome background in what he does, and then through what I do with the assisted living.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thanks again. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Mark. It's been awesome, and thank you very much, everybody, for joining us.
Take care.
Take care.